How do you really know you are the only man in her life? It is a heavy question, but it is one that thousands of men completely ignore every single day. A lot of men walk around totally blind, living in a false sense of security and absolute certainty. They look at their girlfriend or their wife and genuinely believe that her loyalty is set in stone. They tell themselves that she is different, that she would never do anything to break their trust, and that their relationship is completely untouchable. But the harsh reality is that while these men are comforting themselves with illusions, their women are successfully managing entirely different relationships right under their noses. They are balancing multiple partners, sending hidden texts, and living double lives, all while looking their main partner right in the eye and saying, I love you. It happens every day to good, hardworking, intelligent men who simply choose to trust blindly rather than pay attention to what is happening right in front of them. You have to understand that when a woman decides to be secretive, she can be incredibly strategic about it. It is not like the movies where a cheater constantly drops obvious clues or leaves a trail of evidence everywhere they go. A highly intelligent, secretive woman knows exactly how to cover her tracks, how to sync her schedules, and how to treat you just well enough so that your suspicion never gets triggered. She knows your routine, she knows when you are distracted, and she knows exactly what to say to keep you completely complacent. This is not about being paranoid or losing your peace of mind. It is about refusing to be a fool. If you want to stop guessing, stop hoping for the best, and finally face reality, you have to look past the words and start analyzing the actions. You have to train your eyes to spot the subtle psychological and behavioral shifts that a cheating woman cannot hide. Because no matter how clever a person is, their behavior will always give them away if you know exactly what to look for. The first major warning sign you need to watch out for is a sudden, unnatural change in her physical availability and intimacy. In any normal, healthy relationship, intimacy fluctuates naturally because human beings are not machines. People get exhausted after a long day at work, they get stressed about bills, they feel under the weather, or they are simply not in the mood. It is entirely normal for a woman to occasionally say no, to ask for a rain check, or to make excuses because her energy levels are genuinely depleted. But when a woman is actively cheating or hiding another relationship, that natural rhythm completely shatters. Instead of the usual fluctuations, you will notice a bizarre shift where she becomes constantly, effortlessly available for physical intimacy. The moment you touch her, she immediately complies without a single second of hesitation. It doesn't matter if she just pulled a 12-hour shift, claims she had a headache 5 minutes prior, or seems visibly exhausted. The moment you initiate anything, she flips a switch and says yes. A lot of men mistake this sudden surge in availability for a second honeymoon phase, or they arrogantly assume they are just irresistible. In reality, you are witnessing a calculated psychological defense mechanism. When a woman is dealing with the intense guilt of stepping outside the relationship, or when she is desperately trying to manage your suspicion, she uses hyper-availability to overcompensate. She knows that if she starts turning you down, you might start asking questions, looking at her phone, or wondering why her desire has suddenly faded. To protect her secret and keep you completely complacent, she decides that she will never give you a reason to complain. She figures that if she keeps you entirely satisfied and physically drained, you will remain blind to the massive gaps in her schedule and the lies she is telling. If your woman completely stops giving normal, everyday human excuses, like being too tired, stressed, or distracted, you need to wake up and look closer. She hasn't just suddenly fallen deeply, magically in love with you all over again out of nowhere. She is strategically pacifying you. By always saying yes, she ensures your ego stays inflated and your suspicion stays deflated. It is a brilliant, manipulative smokescreen designed to make you think everything is perfect at home, so you never even think to question where she goes, who she is texting, or what she is doing when you are not around. The next massive warning sign you need to pay close attention to is how she reacts whenever you have to leave town. Your absence is the ultimate litmus test for her loyalty, and her immediate emotional response will tell you everything you need to know. In a genuine, faithful relationship, a partner who truly values your presence and loves you will naturally be sad when you have to go away. She might get a bit moody as the departure date approaches. She will tell you how much she is going to miss you, and she will genuinely look forward to your return because your absence leaves an actual void in her daily life. Whether you are leaving for a business trip, a weekend getaway with friends, or a family emergency, a loyal woman views your departure as a period of separation from the person she cares about most. A cheating woman, however, views your departure in a completely different light. To her, your announcement that you are leaving town is not a moment of sadness. It is a massive wave of relief and a golden window of opportunity. The moment you mention you will be gone for a few days, a heavy weight lifts off her shoulders because she no longer has to hide her phone, sneak around, or fabricate elaborate lies to cover her tracks. Suddenly, she has total freedom. But because she cannot openly celebrate this freedom without looking suspicious, her excitement manifests as an unusual, aggressive level of helpfulness and enthusiasm. If you notice that she is suddenly overly eager to help you pack your bags, iron your clothes, and organize your itinerary, you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. She isn't just being a supportive partner, she is actively helping you clear out of the house as fast as humanly possible. She will constantly encourage you to take these trips, telling you how amazing it is for your career, or urging you to go have fun and not worry about a single thing back home. She might even push you to extend your stay or ask repeatedly about your exact flight times and landing schedules. She frames all of this as pure, unselfish support. But in reality, she is just managing the logistics of her own secret schedule. When a woman is desperate for you to cross that border or board that plane, she is simply clearing the runway for someone else to step in. The very second your car pulls out of the driveway or your plane takes off, her real plans begin. She isn't sitting at home missing you. She is checking the clock to see how quickly she can invite another man over, or how fast she can head out to meet him without getting caught. If your absence brings her more joy, peace, and excitement than your presence ever does, she is not invested in you. She is patronizing a completely different lifestyle, and she is using your travel schedule as the perfect hall pass to live it. Another critical warning sign you must constantly look out for is what I call the validation shift. You need to watch exactly how she dresses, how much effort she puts into her appearance, and most importantly, whose approval she is actually seeking. In the early stages of a relationship, or when a woman is completely faithful and invested in you, her primary desire is to be attractive in your eyes. She cares deeply about what you think. She will try on a dress, walk into the room, and ask for your opinion because your validation is the only one that truly matters to her. If you tell her she looks amazing, her confidence skyrockets. If you mention that a certain outfit doesn't look right or is a bit too revealing, she will value your boundary, go back to the closet, and change without throwing a tantrum. Her styling choices are anchored to your preference because you are the man she wants to keep hooked. But when a woman checks out emotionally or starts dealing with someone else, her target audience changes completely, and her wardrobe will immediately reflect that shift. You will start noticing her stepping out in provocative, boundary pushing clothing that she never used to wear around you. She will spend hours doing her makeup, styling her hair, and picking out tight, eye catching outfits just to go to an ordinary shift at work, a casual grocery run, or a quick night out with her friends. The most telling part of this behavior isn't just the clothes themselves, it is how she reacts to your opinion. Suddenly, she stops asking for your approval altogether. She no longer cares if you find her attractive because your eyes are no longer the ones she is trying to captivate. If you step in and point out that her outfit is highly inappropriate or completely out of character, watch her reaction very closely. A distant or cheating woman will fiercely defend her provocative clothing with intense anger and defensiveness. She will accuse you of being insecure, controlling, or suffocating, turning a simple observation into a massive argument. She will absolutely refuse to change her clothes, digging her heels in and leaving the house exactly how she wants. You need to realize that she isn't fighting for her independence or a fashion statement. She is fighting to look perfect for someone else. When a woman completely dismisses your feedback and proudly walks out the door looking to turn heads, she is no longer dressing to impress you. She has already secured you, or she simply no longer values your opinion. She is putting in maximum effort to dress for the validation, attention, and desire of the man she is on her way to meet. She knows exactly who is going to look at her at the office, the gym, or the lounge, and she is curating her look specifically to trigger a reaction from him. The moment her style gets louder while her respect for your boundaries gets completely quiet, someone else is holding the remote control to her self esteem. The final, ultimate boundary of a cheating woman is her phone, and a sudden, sharp spike in digital secrecy is a definitive red flag that you can never afford to ignore. If you are sharing your life, your home, or a marriage with someone, there should be a natural level of openness and transparency between you. But the moment her phone becomes locked down like a maximum security military vault, you know with absolute certainty that something has gone horribly wrong. Her phone suddenly goes from being a casual communication tool to being her most heavily guarded secret possession. It never leaves her sight, it never faces screen up on the table, and it travels with her into every single room, even the bathroom when she takes a quick shower. This sudden shift into high alert secrecy isn't an accidental habit. It is a calculated effort to protect a double life that she cannot allow you to see. You have to understand that women who successfully manage secondary relationships are incredibly thorough when it comes to their digital footprint. They don't just leave random text messages sitting out in the open for you to stumble upon. Instead, they utilize hidden apps, secret folders, secondary messaging platforms like encrypted apps, or hyper-specific privacy and notification settings designed to keep their communications entirely invisible. They might use fake names for their contacts, mute specific chat threads, or use disappearing message features so that all evidence vanishes within minutes of a conversation ending. They create an entire digital fortress right under your nose, ensuring that even if you happen to glance at their screen at the wrong moment, you won't see anything incriminating. They are actively curating a clean, innocent exterior while running a highly active, hidden narrative behind a wall of passwords and biometrics. The clearest indicator of this digital deception is her emotional reaction whenever you get anywhere near her device. When a woman fiercely guards her password, changes it frequently without telling you, and reacts with sudden, explosive anxiety if you so much as pick up her phone to check the time, she is telling you everything you need to know. If you walk into a room and she instantly flips her phone face down, quickly locks the screen, or nervously exits out of an app, that is not a woman who just values her personal space. That is the behavior of a person who is constantly terrified of getting caught. If you question her about it, she will likely flip the script, accuse you of invading her privacy, and try to make you feel guilty for simply noticing her strange behavior. You need to stop making excuses for this level of extreme secrecy and look at the situation with cold, hard logic. There is a massive, unmistakable difference between a healthy desire for standard personal privacy and a desperate need for active concealment. A woman who has nothing to hide has nothing to fear, and she won't mind if you use her phone to play a song, look at a map, or take a photo. But when her device is treated like a classified government document, it is because the contents of that phone would completely destroy the relationship you think you have with her. The moment her digital world becomes a completely restricted zone that you are forbidden from entering, the mystery is officially over. She is actively protecting a secret connection, and she is using that phone as the secure gateway to keep another man in her life.